There's no doubt Texas is a battleground today. Chuck Schumer has been explicit. I'm his number one target in the country. And the Democrats are spending over $100 million. Chuck Schumer and George Soros are flooding cash into the state of Texas. There have been multiple polls in the last 3 weeks that show it as a 4-point race, a 3-point race, a 2-point race. And there have been 2 polls that show it as a 1-point race. They are coming after me with everything they got.
Ted Cruz is in a bit of a panic over the state of his race, and maybe he should be. Actually, just recently, the Cook Political Report just updated its assessment of the Texas Senate race from likely Republican to just lean Republican. They're obviously looking at a number of polls, both the ones that Cruz referenced there and others. And it's kind of looking like Colin Allred, the Democratic challenger, has a little bit of momentum. Now, Ted Cruz is begging for as much money as possible, and maybe he'll get it. But as of right now, Democrats have spent more than $49 million on the race. That is just such a huge sum of money. And look, if that helps them take out Ted Cruz, then good. But wouldn't it be nice if we had a system of campaign finance where one Senate race for one side doesn't have $50 million in spending? That seems a little bit toxic, maybe. But anyway, Republicans have spent about $18 million, 49 to 18. That is a massive gap in funding. So big that one would hope that it would be better than a 1-point race in favor of Cruz, but it's a Republican state, and Allred has done a lot of work to get as close as he has. In this most recent Emerson poll, Allred is just 4 points down with 8% of the electorate undecided. Obviously, he would have to win those undecideds pretty decisively to win at that point. But a new PPP poll shows Ted Cruz again up just 1 point, and he has sort of referenced that. So he needs money, but he also needs to try to rewrite history about who he has been as a candidate, Ted Cruz, and here's his attempt to do that.
Hello, my name is Robin Land.
I am Hugh Boggs.
Hi, I'm Chris.
I'm Sheriff Danny Dominguez.
I'm Gail.
I'm Marty McVeigh.
My name is Javier Palomares.
Hi, I'm Lori.
I'm Fred Pierce, and I've been a Democrat all my life.
I'm a lifelong Democrat.
I voted Democratic ticket my whole life.
A Democrat. My parents were all Democrats.
I have voted Democrat my entire life.
I've been an elected sheriff, Democratic sheriff for the last 28 years.
And I support Ted Cruz.
I'm voting for Ted Cruz. I'm sick and tired of the way the economy is going.
I will be voting for Ted Cruz. I have a business here in West Texas.
I myself am a Democrat, lifelong, but I'm proud to work with Ted on issues that matter.
I'm voting for Ted Cruz.
I'm voting for Ted Cruz.
For small businesses.
For a strong economy.
For border security.
For quality education.
For standing with law enforcement.
For common sense.
For my children's future.
That is a savvy political ad that tries to show that your candidate has appeal on the other side. And it makes sense for some candidates to do that. It just makes absolutely no sense for Ted Cruz to do that. Get the hell out of here, Ted Cruz. Again, like JD Vance at the debate stage, look at Ted Cruz being like, oh, I always work with the other side. I just care about bipartisanship. That's why Democrats have always loved me. Then he goes on his podcast and just trashes the Democrats in the most vicious terms. Like, oh, it really does. There's a lot of code switching going on with Ted Cruz. That's not at all who Ted Cruz is. He's not a guy that works with the other side. He barely works with his own side, by the way. But anyway, I don't think that this strategy is necessarily going to work. But he would like to have some Democrats cross over, especially if it is a tight race. Sharon, what do you think of the strategy?
I think it's silly. Everybody knows who Ted Cruz is, and the other side, you mean the other side of the border where he ran the last time they needed him to stay in the state and help his constituents? Listen, it's about whether you want to consume the lie. If you do and you're just going to back Ted Cruz, then I guess this ad is in line with that. But if you're at all cognizant of your surroundings, do you know your name? What's your birth date? Then it's not going to work, okay? A baseline test of tell me a little bit about yourself and your children. It's over, okay? This is nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, no, absolutely insane. Look, I think it is still Texas. It is still going to be hard for a Democrat to win, but I would just love to see it. It's, I think, one of the most important races because what has Ted Cruz literally ever done in that seat? The people of Texas still, Every summer they burn, every winter they freeze. He'll literally never do anything to fix that issue. And look at what has become of reproductive rights in Texas during his time as senator. People are suffering. And Ted Cruz is more focused on going on his podcast and talking about sexy vampires and leather. That's where his heart truly is. I say kick his ass out of the Senate so that he's freed up to do what he truly loves.
Best.
Talk about Kate Beckinsale. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.